Welcome to this video. I'm Gaynor from FitFish and I'm going to be talking about the things that you didn't know about plant food. So 3 things that you didn't know that plants could do for you. Now, have you ever played plant bingo? Because in my membership group, we've been playing that a lot over the last few weeks while we learn more about plant-based foods, and it's a bit of fun. So if you're watching live or if you're watching later on Facebook, then please could you type into the comments box the last plant that you ate. So the last plant that you ate. So for me, I'm going to see if I can actually write something now. Oh, I had quite a few together. So I'm just going to pick one. So I'm going to type chickpea. So if you could type into the comments box what the last plant that you ate was, that'd be really, really helpful. And then as we get more comments, we can just have a look through and see how many we score and how many of those we've had in the last week. And that's what Plant Bingo is all about, just a bit of fun. I list some plants and then people can work out how many plants they've had in the last week. Okay, so welcome again. So perhaps you feel like you know that you should eat fruit and vegetables and plants. Banana, there we go, good one. Hello, hey, good to see you live. So do you feel like vegetables, fruits, plant foods are a bit of an afterthought or a bit of a side thought to your main meal? Do you pull something together, then you think, oh, I haven't got many vegetables, let's go in the freezer, heat some peas up, whatever it is. Do you struggle with creative ideas for including plant foods in your diet? Do you feel like when you go out to a restaurant, vegetables taste amazing, but when you cook them at home, not really? So where are you at? We all know that we should eat more fruit, vegetables, and plant-based foods, but do we know exactly why? And by plant-based foods, I mean anything that you would clearly recognize as a plant. So not just fruit and vegetables, but things like grains, lentils, pulses, anything that comes from a plant and that you can recognize as being that. And I'm not talking about becoming vegan. It's about what you add onto your plate, not what you're pushing off it. Okay, so I hope that maybe knowing a little bit more about why plant foods are so good for us will help you with that intrinsic motivation to really want to include them more in your diet. So I want to give you 3 reasons why they're really, really good, really helpful. The first one is to help your hormones balance out. We have 50 plus hormones in our body, and if they're slightly out of sync, then you can get different kinds of problems. So you could get dry skin, insomnia, period pain, all kinds of different kind of skin conditions, problems. Maybe your hair would go a bit dry, your nails, that kind of thing. So if you haven't got quite the right balance, then some of those things could happen. And without the right nutrients, your body cannot make the right hormones. You need healthy fats, so omega-3 fats, so things that are found in olives, in avocado, in nuts, in seeds, and also found in oily fish. Those kind of fats are essential for our body to transport hormones to the right places and to store hormones. So they're the real backbone of hormone production. And if you have too many hormones in your body, then that can cause adverse effects. So it's really important to keep that balance right. And you can do that by eating the right kind of balance of plant foods. So if you have too much estrogen in your body, maybe you'll have painful periods. And if you don't have enough fiber, then if you're not frequently visiting the loo, then it can actually leak back into your body. Vitamin D can really help with period pain, as can ginger and turmeric. So that's just one example of how just tweaking what we eat slightly can help us with our hormone levels, and your body will sort out what it needs from what you eat. Okay, so number 2 is making sure it will make sure, if you eat a variety of plants and vegetables, it makes sure that you have a healthy gut bacteria. So a healthy, what we call microbiome of gut bacteria. So there's thousands of different gut bacteria. They're all different colors, different shapes and sizes. And we need a good variety of gut bacteria to prevent us from getting ill, but also to help us to recognize what to fight off and what not to fight off. Because if we don't have those healthy levels, sometimes our body can think something in us that is actually fine is something that needs to be fought, and that leads to autoimmune conditions. So if you've got a healthy gut bacteria, then it helps your body to work out what to fight and what not to fight, and it also fights better, in short. So the more diverse your diet and your variety of the different plant foods that you're eating, the more diverse your microbiome will be, which will help protect you. So it will raise your levels of immunity, and it will help your body to work out what to fight and what not to fight. And the third point is combating inflammation. So if you eat a wide variety of plant foods, then your body is better at combating inflammation. So if you were to get a splinter on your finger, it would swell up. It would probably go a bit tight, a bit red until the splinter was removed. And that's what your body's natural defense is to foreign objects. But sometimes, because we get stressed or because we experience toxins in our food or in the air around us, our body can operate on a low level of inflammation all the time, even though it's not necessary. And having a wide variety of plants really helps with that and helps you to fight that low level of inflammation and to deal with it and make sure it doesn't become a problem where your body is on kind of stress and alert all the time. So there's three things, just a reminder: help your hormones to balance, making sure you've got the right kind of hormones, making sure you have a healthy gut bacteria, a healthy microbiome, and also they're great at combating inflammation. So the way we do it is to just try and increase. So lots of you will be eating enough fruit and veg, plant foods, I'm sure, but try to increase the variety to make sure that you get all the different nutrients that you need so that they can help those three things. So maybe we could do a regular plant bingo on Motivation Fish. If you'd like that, then type bingo into the chat box. That would be great. And how can you include more plants in your diet? There's the obvious way of including it in your food, grating it in, chopping it in, serving it on the side. But can you make plants the main focus of what you're eating? Can you have a cauliflower steak or a stuffed pepper or stuffed aubergine, something like that, as your main bit? And when you're snacking is an ideal time to increase the variety of plants that you eat. So don't just snack on some almonds. Why not snack on some almonds, Brazils, cashew nuts, and walnuts? Don't just stick with peanut butter. Why not try cashew nut butter, almond butter? If you're used to having red lentils, why not try green lentils? If you're used to just eating whole grain pasta, then why not mix it up and have some green pea pasta and some red lentil pasta, things like that. If you usually buy oranges and apples, why not buy some bananas, some grapes? So just be mindful about increasing the different variety of plant-based foods that you eat and maybe exploring some of those that you haven't tried before. Okay, so if you'd like to play bingo on a regular basis where I give you, say, 20 plant foods and you tell me how many you've eaten in the last week, if you think that would be fun, write bingo. Otherwise, write the last plant that you ate. We've got chickpea, banana, red peppers. I would love to hear some more. Okay, good to see you all, and I will see you soon. Take care.